Alright, so today obviously I want to teach you guys how to write a cold email, kind of what goes into that, and the different ways you can kind of go about using cold email, whether to get a client or if you're pitching that to a client to do cold email for them. So a couple different things. I think there are three ways to do cold email. Number one, you have an automated approach. So with this, you're gonna have basically the same template over and over again. So obviously high volume, but it's less personalized, right? Oops. Then the second one is you're gonna have the personalized approach, or I'll just say personalized. So lower volume, because these will take you longer to write because you're going to have to actually look up the person or the brand you want to work with. You're going to have to kind of go through their funnel to understand and talk about that in your cold email. So lower volume, more personalized. And then number three, I think there is a way where you can kind of combine the two, right? So I call this like the hybrid method. So you're personalizing it, but the way you're personalizing it, you can kind of get away with saying a very similar thing in each script, and I'll show you how. It's kind of hard to explain. So a little bit. Obviously, volume you can. It'll be quicker than the personalized approach, but you're still gonna have to personalize it a little bit so that it's not just the same script, right? So I'm just gonna leave that there. But before I go into, because I'm gonna script how I would do each one of those for you guys and show you examples, but just general guidelines. Just general guidelines, real quick, okay? So number one, you want to, I'll just say, keep it short and simple, generally. Number two, you want to make it feel personable. Or personalized, I should say. You also want to focus on them, their pain points. What else? Write it very conversational. Like, you don't want to be using big words and saying, you just want to kind of get rid of the jargon, right? So conversational. What else? You want to make it valuable. I think if you're lucky enough to get them to read the email, you have to provide value. Otherwise, you're probably not going to get the call. So that brings me, I guess, to my next point. For my cold emails, anytime I would send a cold email, my call to action was always to get them on a call, okay? So CTA, like the goal of the cold email is to get them on a call. Well, the goal is to sign them as a client or pitch them your service, but to do that, I would get them on a call. Another thing, never disclose price. Disclose price via email, especially in like a cold email. Obviously, after you get on a call with them and they say, hey, send me over a proposal, that's different, but never in a cold email. You never want to pitch them and say, hey, I'll do your email marketing for $500 or whatever your price is. What else? Focus on how you can get them results on pain point. I think that's about it. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to give you general guidelines and then how I'm going to kind of go about writing these scripts for you guys and showing you those. And then also I'll show you in these next videos, I'll also tell you what I would do for follow-up schedule. This is key. if you don't follow up, you're losing a ton of prospects. Like everyone's busy. I know I forget to respond to people that are helping me with things, like let alone people that cold DM me or cold email me. Like I just forget, okay? So if you don't follow up, you're gonna be losing or missing out on a lot of potential calls, clients, whatever. And speaking on personal experience, like my two very first clients, I cold emailed them. They responded, they opened it, but it took me probably 2 months to close them. And like yes, it's because I didn't have any experience and probably wasn't as knowledgeable or confident on the call. And two, like they just forget, okay? And you gotta just keep following up, and that shows persistency, which is just a good trait to have when you're working with somebody or hiring somebody, okay? So let's see, I guess let me just talk about general structure. Okay, super general structure. And take this kind of with a grain of salt, because again, I'm gonna go over these 3 different ways to write a cold email. So general structure, you're gonna have a subject line, and the goal of a subject line, get them to open the email. So what does that mean? We personalize it. And when I say personalize it, you don't need to say like subject lines should be just quick and short, okay? Like I usually just say use their name, and that's how I personalize it, or use their business, or usually name or business for me. So what else do you have to do to get them to open? You need to pique their interest. You need to say something that's like, oh, I should open this email, okay? So then you have the body. Very general. I do personalize, compliment, value. So usually like relate it to them or their pain point. Hold on. Let me think about this. Actually, I'm gonna redo this a little bit. So first, these can kind of coexist. I would probably compliment them first, actually. Then I would personalize it, which I'll show you how. I would then figure out like their pain points. So basically, why I'm reaching out. Then I would do probably credibility, and then value. So yeah, value, and then CTA. So that's very brief, and then I'll show you how I would incorporate these into the cold email. And then what else did I want to talk about? Okay, so some softwares. Okay, and then again, for softwares that I would use, MailTrack is one. I think they might have changed the name, but I'll show you. Let me just look it up. MailTrack. Okay, it's MailSuite now. So essentially, what this allows you to do is, I think I've gone over this, but I can be able to send a message, and I will know when it gets delivered. 1, so if I have the right email. 2, I will know when they read it. I can see how many times they open the email or read it. I can link, like if I link a calendar or a PDF or a Loom video or something, like I will be able to see if they click the link. So that's just like super helpful, and it's pretty cheap. So that, or you can use, I think there's another one called Streak. Let me look. Streak.com. Yeah, so Streak also does the same thing. So I would definitely use one of those because it's just helpful when you're gathering data for your cold emails. Like if you don't know if you're even getting opens, maybe your subject line sucks, okay? Maybe they're being read but there's no replies, okay? Maybe you need to personalize it more, or maybe the script just needs to be changed, like the body of the cold email, okay? So that just gives you data that helps you figure out if your cold emails are good or if they're being read, and then you can adjust those scripts. Okay, so gave you the general structure, softwares. Okay, and then the other thing I'll go over is Again, there's 3 ways to do an email. I'm going to go over those, and then I'm also going to go over maybe, I don't know if it's super helpful at this point in what you guys know, but you can also do cold emails at scale. So I would do this if you already have an established offer. Like say you're running an agency and you can you do email, or you're just looking for businesses at scale to do this for. So if you have an established offer, this is good. And this would basically what you would do is you essentially get multiple email accounts. You would scrape leads at scale, send cold emails at scale. And these cold emails are different, a little bit different, because you're essentially pitching them all on your services in the first email, or figuring out a way you can get them to book a call with you to close. So it's a little different than what I'm going to talk about up here of how to write a cold email. But you can definitely do this. So softwares you would probably use is Instantly.ai. What else? You'd probably use ListKit or to scrape leads. But yeah, maybe honestly, guys, DM me or email me or something. Let me know if this module would be helpful, because I can definitely go into how agencies or even freelancers can send cold emails at scale. But for now, I'm gonna just focus on how you would even write this script. All right, so next time I will show you guys how I would write those scripts and the follow-up sequence and stuff like that.